Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We are taking on a Japanese player today, and we are right after the big hype. We just got the CYL. Well, I mean, a couple hours ago, we got the CYL banner reveal. So we are now aware of everything that's on the banner. It is really, really juicy and spicy. I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but let's go over this map first. This is like the fourth time that I've seen this map recently, or third maybe. I didn't expect it to be this popular. I'm not. It's very open, this map, in terms of just being able to get into the opposing defense. I mean, you can block off some of the lanes if you want to, but it's too open. I guess the shrubbage, the green, makes it appear to be a lot more closed off than it actually is. But there are so many lanes here that you can attack through, plus the defense styles. I just don't like this map in general. But I guess people are looking for a change, looking for something different to use. So, I mean, here it is. You can actually build this as a right-aligned map, which I have seen some people use to some effect. But there's a defense style like right there on the right, and even like one right there below that. So I really don't like this map, but I guess some people are having some fun with it. Can't complain about it too much. Who am I to judge? But I'll show you like exactly what I mean in a second with the defense styles on this map and how it just isn't favorable for defense. I'm just gonna plop Ike right on one of these defense styles and call it a day. We have a ton of merges here, man. Oh my god, like this dude loves the game. These are recent units too, so I mean, wow. And Celica hasn't even gotten a rerun yet, so they definitely went hard on that banner. Plus 10 legendary Camilla. Yeah, a lot of strong stuff here. I was a little bit worried about how Ike would match up against these, especially the Celica there, because she's hitting like almost 90 attack visible. Without the blue bonuses just yet, she's probably going to hit like 94 or something. And just looking at what we got here with the Edelgard and everything else, even the bonus Erica, I was wondering like how I'd be able to get through this, because that Erica there, I was contemplating going with Golvig, but Golvig would probably die to a vantage hit from this Erica, so I decided not to do that. And then my other two Edelgards would also get vantage. I don't have Hardy Bearing on offense, which is probably something I should start considering, since vantage has become so prevalent, and we'll get to the reason for that in a bit. But yeah, we're gonna plop Ike here on the defense style and let everyone come down. Also, a premium opportunity here to show you just how excellent set of support here is with the combination of either of the Lumeras, or frankly just the Divine Stone terrain, not even Lumera herself, because again we'll get to it in a minute, but just Ike plus Divine Stone plus Seteth here, and then factor in the defense style as well. He is virtually unkillable here, so I'll show you guys how that functions. But yeah, let's dive into the CYL banner as well. Well, actually, you guys are watching this on Friday, I think, so probably a bit late here. Well, the banner is out, so by the time you're seeing this, I would have already have summoned on the banner. Hopefully, luck is with me. If not, I'm more than likely going to be going in again. But yeah, thoughts. Favorite banner, favorite unit on the banner, hands down, it's definitely that Felix. Felix, in terms of like what he is able to do, if Emblem Marth was able to get that many extra actions, the game would be over, because Marth is like, he hits way harder, and that's really what I wanted. When I was just using Marth, I was saying, man, I really wish this Emblem Marth could have had another action, or been able to just get some type of Gale Force in general, because my god, he would have been terrifyingly strong. But that isn't the case. But we got it on this Felix, and that's exactly why I love him so much, because the Gale Force that he brings to the table, it is game-changing. You could look at it like he's just another version of Winter Edelgard. Not Winter, Summer Edelgard, in the sense that he's red. So maybe he'll have worse matchups in the sense that, I mean, Brave Edelgard has done so well against Winter Edelgard, and that's one of the reasons that she became the best near save in the game. But I think he, just because of new unit stats, BST increase, true damage, a bunch, so much true damage from his weapon and skills that I'm pretty sure he'll be able to pierce her DR and take out Brave Edelgard no problem. So that matchup is about to be flipped on its head. Just another unit that kills Brave Edelgard. There aren't that many, to be fair, but it really depends on the build. But to be fair, it is getting to be quite a lot now, and she's going to probably phase out, in my opinion, unless you're able to combine her with some type of new effects. Maybe a tier 4 save skill will change how we look at that. But for now, Felix, definitely fantastic unit. I think he will age the best, or I don't know. I have him kind of tied in terms of like longevity. We're going to talk about Alphonse now, who I just did not like his the design choice that they went with going for Gustav, which kind of makes sense. I had this whole theory, or at least this whole aspiration, that he would have gotten a sword alt, and that way would have been able to swap out. I think I talked about this in another video. Swap him out for his in-game version and just, you know, use that instead. But that doesn't seem to be the case in Season Axe. And my God, that axe looks fantastic. It's a big ass axe, and he looks really good using the axe. The voice lines sound fantastic. They kind of matured him a bit, and I like that. But my problem with him is that, again, the design choice. That's my only little gripe with him. I wish they had, I don't know, spiced it up a bit. The Ather and Elm attire is kind of boring. They really didn't go like too in depth with the art choice or the design features on that one. Kind of like how they did, like even Veronica, Ascended Veronica or Legendary Veronica looks so good in that emblem art style. They could have went a lot harder with Asker, with Alphonse. It's just overall, that's my take on that. But I think him and Felix are going to age really well, just because of how well Alphonse scales in terms of stat increases and how much that will change as the years go by. And then he'll get his refine in 2 years. He's going to get even more broken. So he's going to break the game now, and then he's going to break the game again in 2 years when he gets his refine. So Alphonse is definitely one to watch out for. But Felix, I mean, even after Felix gets his, he'll also get his refine as well, which will more than likely just be more stats, make him function better. But
it's a promise.
What he does is so different from what Alphonse does, is that, and plus the playstyle of, I feel, well, maybe I'm overestimating. For me personally, Gale Force is a big part of what I do sometimes. When I can't tank things, and Alphonse looks like he'll be able to tank things for quite a while, but Gale Force has that great niche of being able to pick up for wherever you're just unable to tank. And Felix does that so well, and we saw how great Winter Edelgard was, and I think Felix will definitely run into next year, and at least a few more months after that, he'll still be viable. He'll fall off due to speed creep. I don't think he'll do like too great into, like, let's say a near save Amelia, because she is so fast and she has that frozen effect, so he might not do too well there. But just like most other things, he will Gale Force pretty successfully, and some of those matchups are matchups that you wouldn't have used Winter Edelgard in the first in Gale Force approaches anyways, so it wouldn't have changed anything. And plus, you can even give him the AoE build, and that is going to be real spicy on Felix. I am really looking forward to this Felix in the meta. He's going to be really good. I definitely think he's going to be one for the long haul. So if I don't get him, I'm probably going to pick him for the free unit. And then the A skill that Alphonse has just makes it so that Lumera is kind of like, I mean, she does give the +5, but if you're able to give Ike that A skill and just
The unknown
let him
beckons.
run that, I mean, he doesn't need the distant counter, but he gets so much stuff. I mean, maybe he's losing off on some of the attack stat, but I just look at that and I'm thinking immediately, like, this looks great on Ike. He gets so much defense from it. I mean, everything just goes so great on Emblem Ike. It's kind of crazy. But that was my immediate thought. And then after that, I was like, what other skills could I fodder? And immediately what stood out to me was Robin and her C skill, and that will be great on pretty much most infantry nukes. So hopefully I get a free copy of that one so that I can fodder that to someone and try to pass that along. But definitely would love a copy of that, a spare copy of that Brave Robin, female Robin. That's going to go a long way. Overall, her as a unit, not too high on, but I do think on defense she'll be great. It's just that her damage output might be something to be desired because of the fact that she's colorless. Most colorless nukes have fallen off fairly quickly. Looking at some Ascended Celica, looking at Brave, Marianne, there aren't a lot of colorless nukes in the game that actually do very well. Like even right now, I can't think of one right off the top of my head that is just like really, really good. Most colorless nukes tend to fall off pretty quickly. Hopefully that isn't the case with this Brave Robin, but the Husk Spectrum, though, I really like that. But in terms of just the Brave units in general, I would put her on the lower end. So that leaves Bernie, and her art is amazing, and I was just about to get to her when I was going to speak about the Rise of Vantage, man, and that new effect that she has, I forgot what it's called, but being able to hit twice, it's basically Legendary Selif's weapon effect, or Brave effect, in a sense, being able to hit twice if you outspeed or if you double naturally. I think maybe she'll fall off because of speed creep in that sense, but she's pretty fast right now. And she neutralizes her penalties by giving those out to the opponent, so that's another crazy thing. So, I mean, I'm really high on that Bernie. Definitely, I think she's fantastic for defense. Definitely a spot that I'm going to put her on. Even offenses, I don't know, but definitely defense is what I'm thinking. I'd probably swap out that special for Deadeye. I think I kind of like Deadeye more, even though she has that unpierceable DR is more for tanking. If you're looking to take something out, you really would prefer to have Deadeye. So, I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind on that. I haven't looked like too deep into it. I haven't got the units to play around with it just to see how it'll work, but I think Deadeye will probably work better on her. So yeah, rankings, Felix, I think style points, put him clear at the top. I really think they knocked it out of the park with this Felix. He is so good. Miles better than the Felix that they put in the game. It kind of makes me wonder, like, why even waste the design space with that base Felix? I mean, he's not, like, if you could have just done that to begin with, you just wasted a whole unit slot, in my opinion. You could have put a different unit in aside from that Felix. It's complete waste of design space, but I mean, overall, I'm very high on this CYL. I think this is the best CYL so far. Needless to say, they get better with time, so, and the skills and everything are just like getting exponentially better, so it's only natural that this would have been the outcome, but they really knocked this one out of the park. This CYL has been fantastic. I can't wait to pull on the banner, or I already have pulled on the banner by the time that you see this, but yeah, man, GG's.